Length. How long something is. Lens. A curved piece of glass for seeing better. Lid. A cover for a container. Lift. A machine that carries people up and down. Limit. The highest or lowest amount allowed. Link. A connection between things. Liquid. A substance that flows like water. Listener. A person who hears or pays attention. Liver. An organ that cleans the blood. Load. Something carried or moved. Local. A person who lives nearby. Loss. The state of no longer having something. Luck. Good or bad things that happen by chance. Magazine. A thin book with articles and pictures. Major. An important subject or field of study. Male. A boy, man, or male animal. Management. The act of controlling or organizing things. Manager. A person who controls or organizes work. Mango. A sweet yellow tropical fruit. Manner. A way of behaving or doing something. Marriage. The relationship between two married people. Mask. A covering worn over the face. Mass. A large amount or group of something. Master. A person who is very skilled at something. Mat. A small piece of material put on a floor or table. Match. A small stick used to make fire. Mate. A friend or partner. Material. The substance used to make something. Meaning. What a word, sign, or action tells us. Means. A way to do or get something. Measurement. The size, length, or amount of something. Melody. A pleasant tune in music. Membership. Being part of a group or club. Memory. Something you remember from the past. Mention. A short talk or note about something. Message. Information sent or told to someone. Metal. A hard, shiny material like iron or gold. Meter. A unit used to measure length. Method. A way of doing something. Metro. An underground city train system. Midnight. 12 o'clock at night. Mile. A unit used to measure long distance. Military. The armed forces of a country. Minor. A person who is not yet an adult. Minority. A smaller part of a group. Mirror. A shiny surface that shows a reflection. Mix. A combination of different things. Mixture. Something made by putting things together. Model. A small copy or example of something. Mood. The way someone feels. Mop. A tool used to clean floors. Motion. The act of moving. Motorcycle. A two-wheeled motor vehicle. Mug. A large cup with a handle. Musical. A play or movie with songs and dancing. Musician. A person who plays or writes music. Nail. A small metal pin used to join things. Nation. A country and its people. Necklace. Jewelry worn around the neck. Needle. A thin pointed tool used for sewing. Negative. A bad or harmful thing, idea or answer. Neighbor. A person who lives near you. Nephew. The son of your brother or sister. Nerve. A part of the body that sends feeling signals. Network. A group of connected people or things. Niece. The daughter of your brother or sister. Nod. A quick movement of the head up and down. Noodle. A long thin piece of food made from dough. Notebook. A book with blank pages for writing. Novel. A long storybook. Nut. A hard seed that can be eaten. Object. A thing that you can see or touch. Ocean. A very large body of salt water. Offer. Something given or suggested. Official. A person with an important public job. Operator. A person who controls a machine or service. Opinion. What someone thinks or believes. Organ. A body part that does a special job. Organization. A group of people working together. Origin. The place or time where something begins. Owner. A person who has or owns something. Pain. A bad feeling when something hurts. Painting. A picture made with paint. Pajamas. Clothes worn for sleeping. Pan. A flat metal container used for cooking. Panda. A black and white bear from China. Papaya. A sweet orange tropical fruit. Pardon. Forgiveness for a mistake. Partner. A person who works or plays with another. Password. A secret word used to enter or use something. Paste. A thick sticky substance used to join things. Path. A way or track for walking. Patient. A person who gets medical care. Pattern. A repeated design or order. Peace. A calm state without fighting. Peach. A sweet soft fruit with fuzzy skin. Peak. The highest point of a mountain or hill. Pear. A sweet fruit with a narrow top. Perfect. Something with no mistakes or problems. Period. A length of time. Personality. The way a person usually thinks and acts. Phrase. A small group of words with meaning. Pillow. A soft cushion for resting your head. Pizza. A flat round food with cheese and toppings. Plain. A large flat area of land. Platform. A raised flat surface for standing. Playground. A place where children play. Plus. A sign used for adding numbers. Poem. A piece of writing with rhythm or feeling. Poet. A person who writes poems. Poetry. Poems as a kind of writing. Poison. Something that can harm or kill if taken in. Policeman. A man who helps keep people safe and obeying laws. Policy. A rule or plan for what to do. Pop. A short, sharp sound. Population. All the people living in a place. Pork. Meat from a pig. Port. A place where ships stop. Pose. A body position for a picture or show. Position. The place where someone or something is. Positive. A good or helpful thing, idea or answer. Possibility. Something that may happen or be true. Post. A message shared online or a pole in the ground. Postcard. A card sent by mail without an envelope. Pound. A unit used to measure weight. Praise. Kind words that show approval. Prayer. words spoken to God or a spirit. President, the leader of a country or group. Press, newspapers, reporters, or news media. Pressure, force that pushes on something. Pride, a happy feeling about doing well. Priest, a religious leader who leads worship. Prince, the son of a king or queen. Princess, the daughter of a king or queen. Principal, the leader of a school. Principle, a rule or belief about what is right. Print, words or pictures made on paper. Printer, a machine that puts words or pictures on paper. Prison, a place where criminals are kept. Prisoner, a person kept in prison. Prize, something given for winning or doing well. Produce, fresh fruits and vegetables. Production, the act of making or creating something. Progress, movement toward getting better or finishing something. Project, a planned piece of work. Promise, words saying you will do something. Pudding, a soft sweet food eaten as dessert. Pumpkin, a large round orange vegetable. Punishment, something done to someone for breaking a rule. Pupil, a student in a school. Puppy, a young dog. Purple, a color made from red and blue. Purpose, the reason for doing something. Puzzle, a game or problem to solve. Quality, how good or bad something is. Quantity, the amount or number of something. Quiz, a short test. Railroad, a track system for trains. Railway, a train system with tracks and stations. Raincoat, a coat worn to stay dry in rain. Range, a set of things between 2 points. Rat, a small animal like a large mouse. Reality, the real world or what is true. Record, information kept about something. Refrigerator, a machine that keeps food cold. Regard, attention, care or respect. Region, an area or part of a place. Regular, something that happens often or follows a pattern. Relation, a connection between people or things. Relationship, the way people or things are connected. Religion, belief in and worship of God or gods. Rent, money paid to use a place or thing. Repair, the act of fixing something broken. Reply, an answer to a question or message. Requirement, something that is needed or must be done. Respect, kind care for someone or something. Restroom, a room with a toilet and sink. Result, what happens because of something. Return, the act of going or giving something back. Review, a careful look at something again. Riches, a large amount of money or valuable things. Roach, a small brown insect often found indoors. Role, a part or job someone has. Roof, the top cover of a building. Rooster, a male chicken. Rub, the act of moving something back and forth on a surface. Rubber, a stretchy material used to make tires and erasers. Runner, a person who runs. Safety, being protected from danger. Sail, A large cloth that catches wind to move a boat. Sailor. A person who works on or travels by boat. Salesman. A man who sells things. Salesperson. A person who sells things. Saleswoman. A woman who sells things. Sample. A small part used to show what the whole is like. Sand. Tiny grains of rock found on beaches or deserts. Sandwich. Food made with filling between slices of bread. Saw. A tool with sharp teeth used for cutting. Scare. A sudden feeling of fear. Scene. A place or part of a story, play, or movie. Schedule. A plan that shows when things happen. Scooter. A small vehicle with 2 wheels and a handlebar. Score. The number of points in a game or test. Screen. A flat surface that shows pictures or information. Seafood. Food from the sea, like fish or shrimp. Search. The act of looking for something. Secret. Something kept hidden from others. Section. One part of a larger thing. Seesaw. A board that moves up and down for play. Selection. A group of things to choose from. Self. The person you are. Sense. A way the body knows things. Servant. A person who works for another person. Settlement. A place where people start living. Sex. Being male or female. Shame. A bad feeling about doing something wrong. Shark. A large fish with sharp teeth. Sheet. A large thin piece of cloth or paper. Shelf. A flat board used to hold things. Shell. A hard outer cover of some animals. Shine. Bright light from something. Shock. A sudden strong surprise or fear. Shoot. The act of sending out a ball, arrow, or bullet. Shopkeeper. A person who owns or runs a shop. Shore. The land along the edge of water. Shot. One try at throwing, kicking, or hitting something. Sidewalk. A path beside a road for people to walk on. Silence. A time or place with no sound. Silver. A shiny gray-white metal. Single. One person or thing, not more. Skill. The ability to do something well. Skin. The outer covering of the body. Slide. A smooth playground slope to go down. Slip. A small mistake or a short fall. Slippers. Soft shoes worn indoors. Snack. A small amount of food eaten between meals. Snail. A small slow animal with a shell. Soap. Something used with water for washing. Soccer. A game played by kicking a ball. Society. People living together in a community. Socks. Soft clothing worn on the feet. Soda. A sweet fizzy drink. Soil. The top layer of earth where plants grow. Solution. An answer to a problem. Sort. A group or kind of things. Soul. The inner part of a person, often thought of as spirit. Sour. A sharp taste like lemon. Source. The place where something comes from. Soybean. A small bean used for food and oil. Speaker. A person who talks or a device that makes sound. Speech. A talk given to people. Speed. How fast something moves. Spelling. the correct way to write a word. Spider. A small animal with 8 legs. Spirit. The inner life or feeling of a person. Spoon. A tool used for eating or serving food. Sport. A game or activity with rules and exercise. Spot. A small mark or place. Spread. The act of opening, covering, or moving over an area. Stage. A raised place where people perform. Stamp. A small piece of paper used to send mail. Standard. A level of quality or rule used for judging. Statement. Something said or written clearly. Steak. A thick slice of meat, often beef. Steel. A strong hard metal made from iron. Step. One movement made by lifting and putting down a foot. Stick. A thin piece of wood from a tree. Stomachache. Pain in the stomach. Stone. A small hard piece of rock. Storm. Bad weather with strong wind, rain, or thunder. Stranger. A person you do not know. Strawberry. A small sweet red fruit with seeds outside. Stream. A small river. Stress. Worry or pressure from problems. Stretch. The act of making something longer or wider. Strike. A hit or the act of hitting something. Struggle. A hard effort to do something. Style. A special way something looks or is done. Subway. An underground train system. Success. Doing well or reaching a goal. Sudden. Something that happens quickly and unexpectedly. Suit. A set of matching formal clothes. Supper. A meal eaten in the evening. Supply. An amount of something ready to use. Support. Help given to someone or something. Surface. The outside or top layer of something. Survival. The act of staying alive. Swallow. A small bird or the act of moving food down the throat. Sweater. A warm knitted piece of clothing. Swim. The act of moving through water. Swimsuit. Clothing worn for swimming. Swing. A seat that moves back and forth. Switch. A device used to turn something on or off. Symbol. A sign or picture that stands for something. System. A set of parts working together. Tale. A story, often made up. Target. A mark or goal to aim at. Task. A piece of work to do. Tax. Money people pay to the government. Teapot. A pot used for making and pouring tea. Tear. A drop of water from the eye. Technology. Tools and machines made using science. Teens. Young people aged 13 to 19. Temperature. How hot or cold something is. Term. A word, phrase, or period of time. Terrorism. Violence used to create fear for a goal. Text. Written words. Textbook. A book used for learning a subject. Thief. A person who steals things. Thought. An idea in the mind. Thunder. The loud sound after lightning. Tire. A rubber wheel cover on a vehicle. Tissue. Soft thin paper used for wiping. Title. The name of a book, story, or work. Toast. Bread made brown and crisp by heat. Tofu. a soft food made from soybeans. Tone, the sound or feeling of a voice. Tongue, the soft part in the mouth used for tasting and speaking. Toothache, pain in a tooth. Toothbrush, a brush used for cleaning teeth. Tour, a trip to visit places. Track, a path or course for running or racing. Trade, the act of buying, selling, or exchanging things. Tradition, a custom or belief passed down over time. Trap, a device used to catch something. Trash, things that are thrown away. Travel, the act of going from one place to another. Treasure, valuable things like gold or jewels. Trial, a test or a court case to decide something. Triangle, a shape with 3 sides. Trick, something done to fool someone. Trust, belief that someone or something is honest or safe. Truth, what is real or correct. Tube, a long hollow round object. Turtle, a slow animal with a hard shell. Typhoon, a very strong storm with wind and rain. Umbrella, a cover used to keep rain or sun off. Underground, a place or area below the ground. Unit, one part of a larger group or system. Universe, all of space and everything in it. University, a school for higher learning after high school. Upset, a feeling of being sad, angry, or worried. Upstairs, the floor or area above the ground floor. User, a person who uses something. Vacation, time spent away from work or school for rest or travel. Valley, low land between hills or mountains. Value, how useful, important, or much something is worth. Victory, success in winning a game, fight, or contest. View, what you can see from a place. Village, a small town or group of houses. Vote, a choice made in an election. Waist, the middle part of the body. Waiter, a man who serves food in a restaurant. Waitress, a woman who serves food in a restaurant. Wallet, a small case for money and cards. War, fighting between countries or groups. Wash, the act of cleaning with water. Waste, things used badly or thrown away. Watermelon, a large green fruit with red juicy inside. Wealth, a large amount of money or valuable things. Wedding, a ceremony where 2 people get married. Weekday, a day from Monday to Friday. Weight, how heavy something is. Western, something from or related to the West. Whale, a very large sea animal. Wheel, a round part that turns to move something. Whisper, a very soft, quiet voice. Whole, all of something, not just part. Width, how wide something is. Wild, a natural place with animals and plants. Wine, a drink made from grapes. Wing, a body part used by birds or insects to fly. Wire, a thin piece of metal used to carry electricity. Wolf, a wild animal like a large dog. Wonder, a feeling of surprise or curiosity. Woods, land covered with many trees. Wool, soft hair from sheep used to make cloth. Workbook, A book with exercises for practice. Worm. A small long soft animal with no legs. Worse. More bad than something else. Worst. The most bad of all. Worth. The value of something. Wound. An injury or cut on the body. Yam. A starchy root vegetable.